Hello everyone and welcome to the video. I was inspired to make this video by my friend Matthew Street. Check out Matthew Street's channel. He's a great guy, really nice fella. And he loves to show not only Beatles, but Elvis stuff, other British invasion groups, power pop, and even some artists that you might not have heard of, but he's very good at recommending them and showing you how they could be kind of interest to Beatles fans and things. So he's a good guy. I say check him out. But what I'm reacting to here is his latest video where he talks about having seen Peter Noon, Herman's Hermits in concert, and how much he really enjoyed it and got to meet Peter Noon and stuff. And he really inspired me to finally get up off my keister and get tickets to see Peter Noon, because I've always loved Herman's Hermits, even since I was a little kid, and I've always have meant to see it, concert with Peter Noon, but just never did it. And he was even at the Fest for Beatles fans not too long ago, and I couldn't make it that year. And it's one of those things where you keep meaning to go, and you keep saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, but you just keep procrastinating, and then one day you regret it. So let's get moving. I recently talked to my girlfriend, and she said she'd love to go, and we found a date in April. That was really a good date, I thought. But then she said, that particular day she's got plans and she's going to be out of town. So we'll make it another time, but I'll fill you in when I do see Peter Noon and what I think of the show. Hopefully everything will work. Okay? Now, in the video that Matthew Street just made, he showed his Herman's Hermits collection, and that made me think, hey, why don't I show mine? Okay, this is what I have on Herman's Hermits at this particular time. I've always loved their songs. They had a lot of hits, very happy, upbeat, positive kind of songs for the most part. And with some exceptions, there's a song called "The End of the World," which is not really happy, but you know where I'm going with that. Just feel good stuff. And I first was looking to see a greatest hits CD that I thought I had. You know what it is. It has a black border, kind of background cover of the group shot, Best of Herman's Hermits or something, like Greatest Hits or something. I don't have it. Maybe I used to have it. I don't have it, or I misplaced it. So I'm going to have to get that. Well, now that 2.5 minutes have passed, let me show you the vinyl that I have on Herman's Hermits. To start with, we have this one here. It says on the back, introducing Herman's Hermits. And what I find interesting about this particular album is, it comes in a couple of variations, which I'll show you in a minute. This one here highlights their great song, I'm Into Something Good, in the yellow font. And on the bottom, it has a sticker there that says, Mrs. Brown, you have a lovely daughter, even though it's Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. But that's interesting. But anyway, that's two of the hits. But I have a variation on that, and it's this one here, which includes Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Isn't that great? two different variations of this cover, which is really nice. And there you go. That's my start. Now, just recently, a week or two ago, I picked this one up, which is a Canadian press, and it's just called Herman's Hermits, and it has, as you can see, both songs, including their, I'm reading it backwards, folks. It's not left to right when you see it in the camera. It's mirrored in reverse. So, including their hit singles, I'm Into Something Good, and Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. Okay, this next album is their second album, and my personal favorite. And when I was a kid, I had this particular album. I remember this album being around the house, and this is how I really got largely familiar with Herman's Hermits music. It says their second album, Herman's Hermits on Tour. But the thing is, even though it says on tour, a lot of people get confused and think it's a live album. It's not a live album. It's just the title of the record. And really like this. It's my favorite by far. Played it a lot as a kid. And I always remember the back cover too, seeing those shots there of the very likable and friendly, nice guy next door kind of thing, Peter Noon. Okay, next up I have an album here. There's a Kind of Hush All Over the World. It's a long title for an album. Now, I remember that song when my mother used to play it on Engelbert Humperdinck albums or album. The first time I heard the song was by Engelbert. I didn't know that Peter Noon and Herman's Hermits had done it. Well, now I do, right? So, next up is a compilation, Best of Herman's Hermits. And you can see here we've got some songs listed there. If you want to read which songs are on here. This is a pretty interesting album, I would say. This you don't see every day, and I'm sorry for the glare, folks. I know it's a hazard, occupational hazard, making videos, so to speak. It's a UK album, just simply called Herman's Hermits in mono. This is, and I noticed side 2, track 4. They spell I'm Henry VIII as Henry. It says, if you look at that, it's spelled Henry, the way Peter Noone sings it. I thought that was an interesting variation. And finally, I picked this up here, which is unusual. Herman's Hermits Greatest Hits, played by the Liverpool Strings. And a whole assortment there of some popular songs by Herman's Hermits. Well, thanks everybody for watching this video. I'm looking forward to getting tickets to see Peter Noone. And if everything works according to plan, I will give you an update and a full scoop of the show when I go. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.